I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item number 2 on the agenda is approve the minutes of the September 8, 2015 regular meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve these minutes as written?
I've read them and I approve them. Make a motion.
I have a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 3 is a second vote on the home rule ordinance regarding BOC spending limits. Is there any discussion on that?
I thought you should go through after we move on.
Making a motion?
I make a motion.
I have a motion, do I hear a second? I have a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item number 4 is award bid on the jail roof. You have the numbers, right?
The roof and board was a total of $74,940 with a 20-year manufacturer warranty and 5-year labor and workmanship warranty. And total square feet was 15,400 is what they did based on. A1 roof man was 87,675 with a 10-year warranty and workmanship. And they bid it at a 15,176 square foot job. Cool roofing was 92,931 with a 20-year manufacturer warranty and 20-year labor warranty. And that was a 21,500 square feet bid, which included, there's a little catwalk in between the jail and the courthouse that they did include in that. When you average all of that out, it ends up being $4.86 per square foot for roof it forward, $5.77 per square foot for A1 roof man, and $4.31 per square foot for cool roofing.
And also there's Cool Roofing. Cool Roofing's got a 20-year manufacturer and labor warranty with it. With a no dollar amount and a 2+2 limit cover. Anything goes wrong, that's the way to go.
Yeah, this is the reason why we need to table and go over it, because even though the highest amount was the highest amount, when we figured up all the square feet that they actually turned out being the cheapest per square foot for what they were proposing to do.
In comparing materials, seems like what I can gather, the Cool Roofing is better material than
That Duralast.
Duralast.
It's one on the courthouse now.
Yeah.
So we surely want to use that, I think, both of the same.
So I make a motion, we go with Cool Roofing.
Have a motion, do I hear a second?
I say we keep our prisoners dry. I'll make a second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 5, award bid on propane.
We had 2 different bids, and of course I think we went over this last week. One of them was 96 cents per gallon, the other one was 97 cents per gallon. And in discussing this individually with each of the commissioners, both companies have tanks in the ground. And I think that based on what I gathered from our commissioners, that we feel like we're going to continue doing business as is, keep it status quo. Otherwise, there's going to be lots of money that's going to have to come out of pocket to purchase tanks and whatnot. They're going to try to move forward from this point with the money that we're saving on the bids that we received. If we can probably purchase tanks of our own and move forward, whether we purchase them from the companies that we are doing business with now or they come and get their tanks. You know, that would probably be a mess, but if we can get a decent price from the companies that we do business with now to purchase our own tanks, then that might be the way that we go in the future. But at this point, I think that they're in agreement that we just continue with status quo and see what kind of money we save going into the next year, and then possibly purchasing our own tanks at that point.
Any discussion?
I think we need to take the savings, which is compared to last year, when we're right at 60 cents a gallon, what we saved compared to what we paid last year.
Yeah.
I say we take those savings in our next fiscal year and use those to purchase the tanks at the end of our next fiscal budget year. That way we can have true bids on whoever, use the savings.
It would be a more fair bidding process at that point if we own our own tanks, because this, I mean, as everybody knows, we only received 2 bids, and those were from the companies we do business with. And I did receive a comment from a gentleman that would have liked to bid, that was a local company, but he said, I can't, I'm never going to be able to outbid them because I'm going to have to buy those tanks, or those tanks will have to be bought that are in the ground, so.
Okay, do I hear a motion to award this bid for this year, and then we'll look at it again next year?
Make the motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, excuse me, item number 6 is a request from Johnny W. Pittman and Jerry B. Hensley Partnership. It was tabled from the last meeting. I went out and measured this, and the road bed itself right now is 22 feet wide. And there's a bank between his edge of his deck, which is 20 feet, and his house. The question last week was, maybe if we ever did that road down through there, but the thing is, that road just past his lot is Forestry Service. So I think, like I say, the road is 22 feet wide, and that's graciously planted to do what we need to do with a bank on each side. So I make a motion that we approve this variance.
For the record, I would like to say, since it's being the deck that's being asked for basically a variance, is why I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's not the actual structure of the house, it's the deck.
Well, that's it, to the edge of the deck, yeah.
If it were the house, in my opinion, it would be a different matter.
A view was brought up last week, it might obstruct a view, but I went out there and looked at it too, and I can't see where it would obstruct much of a view. It being a deck, as you say, I have no problem.
And there is houses down through there where the landscaping timbers are out. The scrape has to pick them up and go around them in the road now. So, like I say, I'll make a motion we grant this variance.
Second motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item number 7.
There are no invoices. This is $2,500.
Okay.
Moving right along.
Moving right along on item 8, variance request from Jennifer Lynn Bloom. I don't know where you guys got a chance, we just got this. I don't know if you have to
I
see it or
haven't had a
not.
chance to see it.
It's out on Bird's Eye View on Overlook Lake Blue Ridge, Phase 1. I would go for this, but I also let you guys look at it.
Yeah, I can't make it.
I can't make a comment on it, I see. I think we should table it till next meeting.
Okay, item number 9. When you want to start?
Can we do a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Did you make the motion to
I'll make the
table?
motion to table it.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. You want to start out, we're going to.
Unless somebody wants to go first. Anybody want to go first? No?
Robert?
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 Come on, go first. That's fine. I'll let him.
Then you talk to her.
No, I'm just kidding. First of all, I'll report on the 911 center. This is for the month of August. We answered a total of 2,145 911 calls. Out of those, about 1,800 were law enforcement. EMS calls, there were 412 for emergency medical services. Also, during the month of August, the EMS transported 46 patients out of the county to other hospitals. We had about the EMS, between EMS and 911, we had about 200 man-hours of training last month. We are starting a car seat check. We actually have a certified car seat installer that she went to school. Actually, I got two of them, as a matter of fact. Went to school and got certified under the car seat safety program. And so we're going to start a car seat check once a month at the fire station. Somebody can bring their car in a car seat, and we'll show them the proper way to install it and the proper way to secure the child in the car. We applied for and were awarded a grant from the Georgia Trauma Commission through the Georgia Association of EMS for $15,811. And we're currently in the process of doing the purchasing for that equipment and stuff. It has to be equipment related to trauma that goes on the ambulances and stuff. We also were awarded a grant from FEMA through the GEMA All Hazards Council for $14,246 to further supply and equip our CERT teams in the county. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the CERT teams. It's a community emergency response team that they're volunteers that take about a 20-hour course, and they learn to prepare for disasters in their community. They're self-deployed kind of and help their neighbors. Let's see, also, we've been awarded an $11,775 grant for EMA operations and training. And our hazard mitigation plan update that y'all are aware of, the grant that we received. We have our kickoff meeting on October 13th to get started with the update. Fannin EMS and our CERT team are going to be assisting with the health department's annual flu drive-through inoculation event on October 1st out at the farmers market. And also we're participating in a planning meeting for an exercise with District 1 Health, which is the whole Northwest Georgia district, to test the regional deployment of the strategic national stockpile of vaccines and other medicines that might be needed in a disaster.
We've never had to use that, have we?
Never have had to use it, no. Actually, the flu drive-through thing is also a test of that system. It would be used similarly for performing the vaccine.
Did your search team provide anybody on this incident of fall a little bit?
No, we did not call it CERT team on that due to the rugged territory and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So do they have to be called upon, or do they go at their own will? How does that work? I've always wondered that.
If there's a tornado in a certain area of the county, they are trained to self-deploy in their community and go and search for their neighbors, make sure they're okay, check on, provide first aid. They can extinguish small fires with fire extinguishers, different tasks like that. Then we also are in the process of training them to help with sheltering activities. If they go to the shelter, they can man the shelter for us and do other activities like that. They can also provide, they have 3 trailers in the county now that are equipped with canopies, tables and chairs, generators and lights, so they can come and kind of help us get set up at a command post or some major event if we needed some assistance. If there are no other questions, I'll ask Chief Thomas to come do the fire report real quick.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
Thanks.
Might put my
glasses on the reader, my printer printed it fine. I was wanting to let y'all know too that I've been checking on our place up there, we're gonna build a new station and things. In fact, things are moving right along up there. The crews are working to clear it off just to get ready for the construction of the new fire station. But as of last month, fire calls, we answered 19 for the total month. Rescue calls, there were 52. Those numbers are low too. Usually they're a little bit higher than that. Just want to announce too that Saturday, October 3rd, the fire department in conjunction with Fannin County Surge is actually going to have Kids Day at Home Depot. That'll be Saturday, October 3rd up here at the Home Depot parking lot from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. This weekend, actually, we've got a GEMA crash victim education class going on, and that's to teach our first responders and rookies the techniques on using the jaws of life and other tools to safely, remove patients from crash vehicles. Also, in the past, we've had the GEMA, and since I'm on GEMA, the hazardous material awareness class, and everybody in the department's required to have that at least once a year. Our department training right now is 225 total average person hours a month is what we're averaging.
What was that again?
225.
Put that mic down there, if you don't care. Okay. So they make it a little closer. Okay.
Not supposed to do that.
That'll work.
How about that?
We can't hear back here either. I don't know if that's just for y'all to hear, but we can't understand or hear either.
We talk low, don't we?
Well, I don't know if it's just for y'all to hear, but we can't hear it all either.
All right, I've got one more. Starting the first part of October, we're kicking off our kids' fire safety program. This year's theme is going to be Hear the Beat Where You Sleep. And y'all may see some of those posters hanging around. In fact, we're kicking that off with all of our elementary schools to start with. And by the end of October, we hope to have all the schools, pre-K and all daycares, churches covered as far as the fire prevention. And that starts off the first part of October. Copies of this.
What have you heard on your 2 new fire trucks?
Nothing yet, but I want to be checking on it. We're getting close. I'm thinking we're around 100 days now. That's what you're going to tell us.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Mr. Billinger? Okay.
I'll move that mic around the side, I can make it hear better. I'll move that mic around the side there. Make it
Move it around the side there.
Well, I don't mind moving up. I didn't know if it was just for y'all. If it's not for us to hear, I don't mind moving up closer.
How's that? Can you hear me? Since we missed August's presentation, I combined August and September both. We took 43 dogs in total, all of August and so far now to September. Year to date, at this time last year, was 226. As of close of business today, we're at 240. Out of the 43 dogs we took in the last 6 weeks, the disposition of those were 1 was adopted, 2 went to Blue Ridge Humane Society, 8 were reclaimed by the owners, and 12 went to Tri-State Pet Rescue. Currently, we are 5 over maximum capacity, so something's going to have to give. They're coming in way quicker than they're going out. Right now, according to our budget, we're about 18% under budget right now, so we're doing real good staying parameters. The only area we were over so far right now is electric, which we had a problem with the ceiling that was coming in, and the maintenance has been putting a new ceiling inside that I think I'll keep the heat and cooling bill more regular. Right now, we're in conjunction with Blue Ridge Humane Society. They're helping us get signed up for the Best Friends Animal Rescue Network, which we'll work with them as well because then they qualify for grants. if we're a member of them, then we report our statistics to them too. And we're currently participating every Saturday downtown Blue Ridge, weather permitting, with Tri-State Pet Rescue doing pet adoptions. We transport about 4 to 8 dogs down there every Saturday, and they've got a big setup down there on Jan's lot. Trying to move them out, dogs want so. All of our dogs are current on our Pet Finder page. We have a huge following on Facebook. So, any questions?
The 4 over, is that the one with the pups?
No, we have one bitch dog with 6 pups, which Jan's going to transport for us, but we have 5 outside our 18 dog capacity.
And you said how many were recovered by owners?
8.
Good. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Jim.
Me. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Can you hear me? Is that better? I'm very happy to share what all we've got going on. I wasn't sure exactly what you were looking for, so I hope that you'll let me know if it's too much or not enough. We had a good summer. It was busy. Summer for us is 8 weeks of extra programs and events and reading challenges for any age. We have 2 story times per week. We have special performers, teen events, prizes, and everything is free to the public. We hosted 4 movie nights in the park and partnered with the fire department for the last movie night to make it a family fun night, which was really cool. We received book money from the state in June. This is the first materials money we've received from the state in several years, so hopefully that means that the state is picking things back up. On August 1st, after getting approval from our board, we changed our hours slightly. Instead of being open till 7 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're open Monday through Friday till 6. We only had to add 1 staff hour to do this, and it brings our operating hours to 49 hours per week. It means we're consistent during the week so that people don't have to remember which days are our late days, but know that any day of the week they can stop by after 5 if they need to. So far, we've had all positive feedback from our patrons, and we're seeing more use during the new hours than we were on those 2 days. So it seems like a win-win. We've had some board changes, our board of trustees. We have, on our local board, we have new members, Karen Harper, Rita Van Orsdel, and John Turner. Some officer changes. Gordon Riddick is now the chairman, and Ron Boland is the vice chair. On the Mountain Regional Library System Board, Gordon Riddick and Karen Harper joined Nick Wimberly and Ron Boland as Fannin's representatives on the regional board, and Mr. Boland is now the chair of the regional board. Looking ahead, we have year-round programs, our regular story time on Tuesday, our stitching group, our book club, and the computer classes, which started back up last Thursday. Any questions?
How much is the state? You said they were stepping up a little bit. How much? You have a number?
The book money that we got, the region roughly got, let's see, ours was $13,000, and that was 42.5% of the amount that the region got. And that was just kind of what they had left over at the end of the state's fiscal year. So I don't know about, the coming year, but they did cut loose on, they had some extra, so.
Is this 13,000? That's not what we divided up between.
No, that was just Fannon's share. So it was one of those, we found out with like 2 weeks to spare, and it was like, okay, you have to spend this in the next 2 weeks. So we were able to get new books, new DVDs. It had to be materials. So that's, anything that people can check out. But it was really nice.
Yeah.
I bought a year subscription to a large print books. They send us 2 or 3 large print books. Those are really popular. Thank you.
Do you anticipate any, do they give any kind of precursor to what we all know things are gradually picking back up. Maybe next year, what that amount could be?
No, it was kind of one of these, it
So y'all were just as
Table
surprised as
was
everybody?
run- Yes, absolutely, yes. Yeah,
All right, that's all I have.
thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Nichols?
Okay, what I've been trying to do is give each of the commissioners a report every month on exactly how many inspections we do. I can go, y'all want me to go through all that, or?
Maybe done up to date.
Well, I can tell you up to the August, January through August, there has been a total of 559 electrical inspections. There has been 280 site evaluations. A site evaluation is where somebody applies for a building permit. We go out and look, make them look sure it's not too close to the creek, not too close to the road, inform them that they will have to get a variance or whatever. Trying to keep them off the property lines. We have checked 206 foundations this year, made 157 framing inspections, and we wrote 101 certificate of occupancies this year. And we are making sure that each time we do each month, the Board of Assessors gets these COs so that they know to get it on our tax rates. Some of the things going on in our department. Tomorrow, Jody and myself will be going to Helen, Georgia in the morning for a class on firewalls, fire ceilings, and floors. We'll be going all day. It's part of the Northeast Georgia Building Inspectors Association. Class is provided by the International Code Congress. In November, I will be going to a class for commercial electrical inspections. Get that out of the way and under my belt. I'm going to take a little advantage here while we've got the newspaper here and they can hear a lot of this. Some of the problems we're having, people are doing things too close to the creeks and rivers. If you're doing anything within 50 feet, you need to call us. See, let us try to keep you out of trouble. If you're doing any kind of an addition on a house, you need to call us. The way the county ordinance reads, any structure you're building over $1,000 is supposed to require a building permit. Any addition on a house requires a building permit. If you are remodeling, the ordinance talks about anything over $5,000. Typically, as far as remodeling goes, we're not worried about cosmetic stuff. If you're moving walls, changing the structure of your ceiling, we do need to take a look at that just to make sure everybody stays safe. As always, any questions, be glad to answer.
I understand that you say you're going to school in November?
Yes, sir.
Or what? And
Commercial electrical inspection.
I understand that's going to save the county a lot of money by having you on board as commercial and residential together.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Should be pretty good.
Save money.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dee. Reed, would you like to come up?
I'm reporting for land development, and for this month so far, we've had 10 new home applications. Total for the year is 141. We've had 1 commercial in September, 8 year-to-date, and we've had 19 more new homes at this time in September than we had last year in September. And ENS plans approved for this year's been 6, and last year was 8 total.
How many, you gonna have to slow down my pen? Burn it up. How many new permits?
New permits for September was 10.
Yeah.
Year-to-date is 141.
Right.
19 more than last year at this time in September. We've had 1 commercial for September permit and 8 year-to-date. We've had 6 E&S plans approved year-to-date, and last year was 8 total. Any questions?
Got it.
So needless to say, as the last year and this year, we're seeing a lot more activity than prior before that.
Well, I can give you the totals from 2003 forward if you like, but, I mean, we don't have all night, so. I can.
Never mind.
No.
I asked the wrong question, I guess. I didn't ask for 2003.
Okay.
But that's okay.
But
I've got the numbers I need.
last year we had 173 for the year, for
Yeah,
2014.
okay. Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody remember 2003?
Ma'am.
Good evening. I'm Nicole, I'm with the Arts Association. And I actually have my book with this.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
What I've handed you is it's an official case study done through the Georgia Council for the Arts and the Georgia Municipal Association. For the last year, the Blue Ridge Mountains Arts Association was helping spearhead this case study, and we were elected one of the 5 towns in the state of Georgia as an art town, and basically using arts to leverage economic development in our area. So it's a whole case study in there, nice and glossy for all of us. So we now are officially designated as an art town. One of the case points was the extreme support that we have from the county. Is one of the selling points of why we are the top 5 town. Some of the facts for this summer: we hosted 125 children just through our 4-week art camp. We currently have 1,000 members. We were just awarded in the last 2 weeks a public art mural grant, and we will be putting a lovely, beautiful mural over on East First Street, on the corner of East First Street and Mountain Street. The private building is owned by Sandberry Vineyards, so there'll be on that maroon wall, there'll be a mural going up. To be classy, I promise. In average, we are open 6 days a week, 10 to 6, but we also have specialized classes, so we average about 50 hours a week, which is free of charge to the public to see a variety of exhibits. Most recently, we are hosting our national show, which we had about 150 guests just at our opening reception. We also hosted a plein air event, which basically we invite artists from across the country, or mostly in the region, and they created 75 pieces of artwork in 72 hours. And that's currently showcased in the Art Center as well. And they're simply, the joy of that is that they paint plein air in 72 hours. So whether it's raining or whatever happens, they have to participate. We did a quick draw at Mercier Orchards, and the biggest draw about our plein air each year is that it supports Fannin County. That's the whole premise of it, not paint outside of Fannin County. As far as with the community outreach, we've hosted 5 high school art classes, and we've also participated with a free art tent at the Blues and Barbecue Festival this past 2 weeks ago. And as you all know, I'm preparing you now. October 10th and 11th is our fall Arts in the Park. So we are full to capacity this year, which is a good thing to have. We have about 99 booths scheduled for the downtown park. And we are scheduled also for 2016. We currently have 26 events on the docket that are locked for our schedule.
How many booths you got? Your Arts Department?
99.
You already got them signed in?
Yep. No.
Good deal.
99.
With it.
Usually for our spring, since we're not using the street fall, we don't use the street in front of the building here yet, we're not to that capacity. Next year, we're anticipating to incorporate what we did this summer, which is the free summer fest. If you were not aware, we had a free summer festival. We opened our doors and we had a bevy of free projects, just a good summer festival for everyone. next year, we're incorporating that into our fall arts in the park. So we'll have a kids zone with free art tents and such in our projects.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Who else? Ken Petty, okay.
This past month, what we've got accomplished, we've got the radio tower ready, we got it rewired, and painted, and all cleaned up and ready for the radios for the EMS to put the radios in. We've also went up to Station 3 and replaced lights in the garage part. We've replaced them with ballast and new lights. It's an energy efficient light with smaller tubes. They're green ready. There's not as much mercury in them to get away with. Also, we're starting to replace lights here. We're going to go to that. We talked to the city or school, and they have told us that the power saving they've saved over changing compared to the cost of the changes. If we come in and we do it all at one time, it's going to be a big cost. By doing it as they go out, it's not no more than just replacing. We have to change the ballast and the lights at the same time. Basically, that's, other than normal working through the week and keeping everything going, that's the biggest thing that we've got accomplished. The ball fields are looking good. The guys at the park are keeping in pretty good shape. Other than that, that's about all I've got.
You're keeping the water off of Mr. Thomas, right?
Yeah, we're trying to.
Are those mowers working out over the ball field?
They're doing good. They're staying clean now, and they're actually, taking more care of them than what
They're
they
shaking, they look like they're working.
Right. Did get an estimate on their backhoe they got demolished, and it was around $7,100 damage to it, and that's not counting going in and what they're going to find when they start working on it from where it got messed
That
up.
was estimated fix on that and it got demolished over there.
Right. That's just an estimate to start with. It's not counting the price that they're going to find if they find anything wrong with it once they start.
They've not got down their engine yet, have they?
No, that's just what they say.
I've never seen anything destroyed in short period of time in my life.
Yeah, it was a bad situation. I don't know what happened when they went to look. Haven't heard anything on that. So, I don't know. Do we have insurance that covers stuff like that?
We've got insurance to cover stuff, but $2,500.
Okay, it may be, talking to Masons about it, it may be pretty much total compared to the value of the piece of equipment. They said around 10, in good shape, and up to 71.
We haven't got down the motor yet, and that's what
Right, so-
Who's gonna be held accountable for that, we know?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have any
All
questions?
right, then.
I'm glad to hear that you're dealing with the school system, because over the past few years, they've been able to implement quite a bit of savings with their lights and air. By the way, before you sit down, where do you turn the air at? On in here?
When I got here,
Because those don't work.
right, I went and adjusted. For some reason or another, it got kicked off. Occasionally it does when the temperature drops overnight, cool, like it has the past few nights, it won't automatically kick back on. I apologize, I should have came and checked it earlier and turned it on, make sure it was going. That's what happens when it changes the seasons. Sometimes it kind of gets confused or something, and it'll kick on, and then sometimes it won't kick on. It's the same way. In the first of spring, it won't kick on if it's been a warm night. So you come in, it's cool day.
Well, I'm glad, I'm glad that you're working with them, because I mean, they've already implemented a lot of these things. I think we can take, and put them to use and save a lot of money.
We talked to them, and they went in and changed a lot of it at one time. And to do that, it's gonna be pretty expensive. So as they go bad, that's when we're changing. And
What was
also,
the energy saver in, I'm sorry, finish.
no, go ahead.
Energy saver above the old senior center, right?
Right, you gotta change the ballast and the lights at the same time. And the lights themselves are green approved, so you know, it's not like throwing a mercury light away like we have been in the past.
Right.
So they're gonna be obsolete for long anyway. So as they go out now, the bulbs are a little bit more expensive. City Electric is, if we use their ballast and we use their bulb, they'll guarantee it for 2 years. We did have some other people come by and talk to us, and they were going to guarantee them for 10 years, 20 years. But the price of the bulb is 3 times as much. So, you know, they could afford to replace them every 2 years and still come out.
Right.
So we're just sticking with the 2-year ballast, as long as we use the ballast. So,
Did we get the plumbing taken care of at the senior center?
the guy will be here Wednesday evening to put another part. He had the top part fixed, but when he messed with the top part, the bottom part, the back end thing went bad, so he had to order parts for it. He'll be here Wednesday afternoon. Couldn't do it this afternoon because of the leak, hadn't had the water on. But he'll be here 5 o'clock Wednesday to replace that.
Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me.
You can bypass
I'm blushing out on the double.
All right, I'm going to give just a brief update on our finances. Right now, at this time in 2015, we are in our general fund, on our overall budget, we're below our targeted budget amount of 72.96 by 1.75%. This margin actually will increase further after reimbursements are applied from our E911 fund, our resource officer reimbursement, and our public roads reimbursement to the general fund. So we are actually doing a really good job, I think, of keeping below budget, at and below budget so far this year. The 2016 proposed budget was submitted and by all of our department heads, compiled and submitted to the commissioners on August the 31st. This budget actually is being worked on a daily basis in preparation for a workshop. The date of that workshop will be determined by our commissioners, and we'll let you know as soon as that happens. Right now, our SPLOST collections, they have steadily climbed this year. And actually to date, we've collected a total of $2.9 million, almost $3 million. We're at 2.988. This time last year, our collections was at 2.7 even, basically. It looks like if we continue on this trend, we will exceed our projected $4.2 million collection mark by about $300,000, and possibly even more. So with that being said, I think we're looking pretty good to go into 2016 if we continue being frugal as we are. Any questions?
You want to explain how we're going to maybe come up with a little money for the fire station?
Well, actually, we have of course, we've got our capital outlay fund for our fire station, and Commissioner Johnson and Commissioner Thursby, along with the chairman, had all agreed back at another commission meeting to dedicate our capital outlay fund for the fire station. Right now, we've got $995,000 in that particular fund. We are working with an architect on the drawings, and depending on, I guess, our final number, and they're still kind of whittling that down as well, we're going to be able to fully fund this with cash. And going into the 2016, it looks like if depending on what the guys, what our commissioners want to do, we're in great shape in our general fund right now. And when we pay our general fund back from our SPLOST roads and bridges for the money that it owes the general fund for payroll of sorts, that that's an avenue that these guys could take in order to dedicate additional funds to the fire station so that there's no money that we would have to be out of pocket as far as the fire station goes. And if we, like I said, if we can continue to trend as we are, we're going to have $2 to $3 million fairly easily by mid to late next year going into that fire station.
Okay, thank you. I'm kidding about the department head here, right?
Huh?
See more department heads here.
The only two missing were Charlie and Michael.
Yeah.
Correct?
Thanks, sir.
And we have to hang around here. Yeah. We had a problem with that drive shaft on 2 new tractors. They didn't have a place to breathe. So they figured a couple of things to, I guess it drill them out and put grease fittings in or something. They're supposed to work a little better. Actually, longer. We thought it might be having the motor revved up to pull that PTO in gear, but they assured us that wasn't the way it happened.
So they're putting the fittings on it?
Yeah.
Or they already have?
They were out on one, I think they were finishing it.
Okay.
Okay. Is that the department head report?
Yeah, and that's, before the department heads are dismissed or decide to leave, or any of you who want to stay and see the after show, I'd just like to thank every one of you for being here, and I hope everybody sees now how much more informed everybody can be. Stuff that, stuff we might have known, but other people might have not, and it's an opportunity, just as Keith, to help motivate some information out to the public, which sometimes it's hard to get to it. But as long as what is talked about is reported, and we can help move this information along to anybody that lives on the river, a lake, a stream, whatever. Our EMS, fire department, they're able to tell everyone how busy they really are, because a lot of people sometimes think they're not busy, and some people think they're too busy, but it allows us to put numbers exactly on what they do in a month. How many animals are taken in animal control? How many are adopted? I mean, this is all information that I think in the future, especially as we have these meetings and continue to get better at them and better at presentations, I think it's going to help all of us answer a lot of questions before they get asked. I think it's going to be very informative. And as far as land development, all I was asking was just to clarify with two of you, they're a lot busier, are you not, Keith, than you were 3 years ago?
Absolutely.
That's the point I was trying to make. I didn't want to go back to 2003, but I was a lot wiser back then. So we won't go back to 2003, but they're a lot busier, and my whole point and motivation of asking that question was to let everyone know that all these departments are working hard and they got a lot of stuff going on. No matter what department that just did the presentation, they've all got their plate full. And I'd like for everyone who hears and is reported about what they've reported to us to realize how busy and we've got a lot of hard working people here in this county. And that was the whole motivation of having them come do presentations anyway, not only to inform us, but everyone else is here as well. So I thank you for your time and your presentations. And the more we do this, the last meeting of the month, the better we'll get at it. It's still new to a lot of us. It's still new to us. We don't really know some of the right questions to ask, but the more we all do it, the more comfortable we'll be, and we'll just act like every county around us. That's all I have.
All right. Okay, the next item on the agenda is public commentary. Who wants to be first?
I didn't plan to speak, but I really appreciate hearing the department heads, what they have to say, but I couldn't hear what they had to say. And I can't be the only one here with a hearing problem. And you'd say, well, why don't you get off your wallet and buy a hearing aid? Because everybody I know with hearing aids are not satisfied with them. And I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a hearing aid when y'all have these things here, microphones. And I'm sure, the only one I could hear was Keith Nicholson, really. But I mean, you know, it's not that hard to speak to a microphone. And I'm not talking to the department heads particularly, I'm talking to you guys too, because you have your microphones, but if I may be so bold, bring them up a little bit. And if you see people in the back, even at the back row, they should be able to hear without straining and reading lips. Y'all are here to do your own meeting and talk to each other, but since it's a public meeting, we want to hear everything too. Want to hear everything that y'all say. So that's my suggestion for the week. And about the library, and I love that we're getting a good fire station, that's wonderful, but we need a library, a freestanding library that's not here where you can't get a parking space half the time. And we look at other counties and think, oh, compare ourselves to Gilmer and Union, but I don't know if y'all have been to the other libraries in Young Harris and Blairsville, they blow ours out of the water. Our library does the best they can with what they have, but someday soon, I would like to have our own library that we can enjoy more and just be able to get to more. So kind of put that on your to-do list, and I would appreciate it.
Thanks. Anyone else?
How did you do this? And I'm just gonna, I was not trying to be rude, but I couldn't hear, and I didn't know if that
Well, how about
department
you
had
get it?
Well, I mean, I'm
That's
talking
what
to
she
y'all.
was saying.
Well, I mean, I'm talking
Speak
to
a little
y'all.
closer.
I'm
We
talking
need
to
to pull
y'all.
out, we can. Okay.
I mean, I'm talking to y'all because I couldn't hear Robert, which I'll ask him, not a big deal. But I couldn't hear him, and I didn't know if that was just for y'all or for us. But I know, Mr. Sosby, you saw me raise my hand, and that was all I was gonna ask is, what, were they talking to y'all? And if so, that was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. I could have scooted up. I wasn't gonna interrupt, I wasn't gonna be rude. I was sitting on my hands. I was trying to be nice. So that was a great job. Positive. I'm trying to be positive. Great job. And that was just my question was that for y'all or for everyone? I'm assuming now you answered it. It was for everyone.
It's
So,
everyone.
because I just had a hard time hearing. And I was not trying to be rude.
I don't
When I
know
raised
if
my
I-
hand, that's Robert.
Excuse me. Did anybody back here hear okay?
Well, I mean, I just
Oh, you could.
basically
You
said,
soft
I just
spoken.
basically said the same thing. And I can ask Robert, it's not a big deal, because I know they do a great job. They do an awesome job, but I did have a question, because I did have a hard time hearing Robert. And Rita may can answer this more than anybody. But I heard him say a lot about grants. I mean, I didn't hear that, like every other word was grant.
Yeah, yeah.
Grant. So I did hear that. Is there somewhere that his department, that I get the information like?
Well, they apply for the grants directly.
So we don't have a grant writer.
And so we don't have a grant writer. First, the grants come through, or they're notified of grants that are out there. And Robert's office does a great job of going and
Well,
submitting.
obviously, 'cause that's all I heard was
And
grants.
he's gotten, we've gotten several grants over the past few months.
So is there
is there something what?
Somewhere that says how much grants is that through you? Is
Yep.
that-
Yeah, as soon as I receive it, I don't record it until I receive it, until we get awarded the
'cause
grant
I think
money.
that's all, I mean, that's
Yeah.
a huge plus that we're receiving.
Yeah, we get, once we get it, we get awarded, we get sent a letter that we have been awarded the grant money, and I don't record it until we receive it. There's just steps that go in, that we have to go through in order to actually get it. Some grants, we have to expend the money up front, and then send them the proof that we've spent the money, and then we've spent the money on what they told us to spend the money on, and then they send us a check for reimbursement. But yes, I have a separate grant fund, so then any kind of report that you'd like to see about
That's
the grant that you see.
So that's even totally. 'cause just
That's
like
something
the-
totally different, because
Okay,
it's
because like the
exactly,
library got
Right.
13 grand that she didn't expect.
yeah, that she didn't expect, exactly. So that's not factored into our expenses, basically, because it's grant money for specific things that they have, that, like for the CERT team, we don't really budget for the CERT team.
Okay, well, no, that's
across
fine.
the county. They
That's all
rely
I
on
need.
grant funds.
I mean, that's all I've heard, the subject, like the
Yeah,
grant.
there are some things that we can supplement into with the general fund, but I mean, I could sit here for days and days and days and
Oh, no,
talk to you about all
I'll
that
shoot
stuff,
you.
but
No,
yeah,
not
you
big
can
deal,
just
but-
let me know what you need
I
and
just
I'll
didn't
be
know if
happy
it
to
was
get it to you.
online somewhere. If there's quite a bit of money, obviously, grant money coming
Right.
in
That's grant money that we don't have to spend out of the general fund for
Right,
certain
no, that's
things.
great.
So
That's good
yeah,
news.
exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Gina Warwick. And the commissioner's thinking, oh Lord, what is that woman gonna say? I'm gonna say pass. Contrary to rumors, the mountain carrying closet is still open. Yeah, I've been away for a while. But in the last 3 weeks since I've been back, I have given out and collected supplies from over a dozen people. So those of you that don't know what the mountain carrying closet is, we give away medical supplies that are not covered by insurance or Medicare to people who don't have either, actually. And there are a lot of people in our area that simply cannot afford incontinence supplies, hospital beds, walkers, bedside commodes, wheelchairs, and you name it. We carry it, and so people call me, and I'll give you my phone number. I really don't care if you have it, 706-374-4286. It's out there anyway. And if you have supplies that you want to get rid of, give me a call. We'll figure out a way to get them. And if you know someone that desperately needs supplies and can't afford them, give me a call, and we'll give them to them. There is no charge.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Actually, I did forget to compliment. I just wanted to compliment y'all. I was on Jonica Gap, and great job. I don't know if y'all been out there.
Yeah, come up here.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have to come up.
We can't hear you.
Well, that big huge culvert that y'all put in on Jonica Gap,
Yeah,
great job. I don't know if y'all seen it, but
yeah.
great job.
Well, we take our Union County's towers.
Anyway, great job.
Thank you. Anyone else? Public commentary is closed. I think this has been a great meeting. At first, I was kind of leery of having everybody get up and tell this and tell that, but I think it's, I think I was wrong on it. I think we should have been doing this quite a while. And then Mr. Johnson, we probably would still. So, anyway, I think it's going to work out well. And that's really all I've got. So,
Go ahead, hit time first.
he wants you to go
Maybe
ahead.
you'll You'll be slick by the time I get done. I better pull my mic closer. What I would like to say? It has indeed been a very good meeting. This is really our first chance to get everyone here and hear what you're doing along with everyone else at the same time. And I think it's going to work out very well. I feel like it's going to save all of us a lot of questions that we get asked on a daily basis for. What is the fire department doing? Every time I see them, they're standing in front of the fire station. Well, that's just because you hadn't been by there at the time of a fire, you know? Yeah, or biscuits, or whatever you're doing, Larry. You know, our building permits, our inspections, what our maintenance people do. I mean, you know, how many were over at the animal control? How many we taking in from this time compared to last year? It's comparisons that we all need to know where we're at and what we need to do. The one thing I am surprised of, though, and this is just because we are all truly still new at this. I mean, this has never happened in our county, not just in our terms, but ever in this county. So you know, we don't all claim to know it all, and I can tell you right now, I don't know it all, but I know one thing, we're getting better. And anyone that doesn't think we're trying, I don't know what to tell you. You'll never be happy is what I'm going to say. That's the comment I'll make. If you can't see that we're trying to do better, you'll never be happy. And I don't care who quotes me on that, because that's what we're trying to do. It's not in some of your times frames. Some people think this should move just whenever we snap our fingers, but it will not happen. The numbers that we heard tonight will help us make decisions in the future. It will help some of our residents and taxpayers all over the county say, you know, we see what they're doing now. We've never seen it before. Well, what we're going to start needing to hear by the second meeting of the next month is, what do you need to do your job better is what I need to hear. Now, I know all of you got a Christmas list or a wish list or whatever, but being realistic, we need to know what you need to do your jobs better. Maybe different equipment, different policies, different procedures that you would like to implement or thinking about implementing in your departments. I mean, or how much more money you're going to need. I mean, we're going to hear that every year. Everybody needs more money. I need more money. Don't ever get it though. But we need to start hearing now so we can, well, as Rita said in her presentation, when we're putting all these budgets together, it's not just what you need for next year, but what are you projecting you're going to need in the next 2 to 3 years? So whether we're sitting here or not, maybe we can help allocate something that'll help you in those next 2 or 3 years. And that's the process we need to get rolling, especially this time of year. We're in the fourth quarter. We need to know exactly what you need or what you're wanting. So maybe by the end of the next meeting, just giving you some ideas of things that I would like to hear, needs of your departments, along with what you're doing, because I mean, y'all have very good reports tonight of what you were doing. I'm very proud of each and every one of it, because it was very simple, and as the chairman said, it's kind of refreshing to hear what every department needs. The library, I mean, I'm glad to hear that we're getting extra money from the state. I mean, that's some very good news. And I think we're headed in the right direction. It's going to take a little tweaking here and there, but we're going to make it, and we're going to continue getting better. And I personally think everybody should be proud of the progress. But if you're not, as I said before, you'll never be happy. That's all I have.
I'd like to thank all the department heads as well, and it's phenomenal on 911 calls we've had. I didn't realize there were that many in there already. Talking with Keith here at the podium about saving money. He's going to save us the money of another person. By him taking to school in November, he's going to have a big load to carry, but he's saving this county a bunch of money and keeps looks out for this county. I've worked with him on many, many occasions, as well as Robert, Darrell, and all of them back there. Another thing Rita had given out is the SPLOST money. We'll have to allocate for the fire station, but not another county around here can say that they paid for a fire station up front. No county can do that. Gilmer, Union, none of them. The fire station is underway over there. The grading's being done. They're doing a good job with it. It's unreal that the timber come off this place. They've been hauling. And up to date, we're the electrical checks that you've done and the foundation, the site evaluations, it's just, it really blows me away. It's stuff that we need to know here on a monthly basis, because like Mr. Johnson said, we get asked these questions. I do in my business, people come in and ask what's going on through different departments and stuff, and so by us not knowing, what can you tell them? But, I firmly believe that we do need a standing library. Somewhere in the future, we need a standing library. I really believe that. It may be down the road, I don't know when it comes, but maybe we can get started on it. And on the situation down at Animal Control, with the help of Ms. Jan Eaton, we wouldn't be where we're at today. I'm firmly believer in that. We may have a few overflows, but look what the overflow we have if you didn't take them out there. But I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming, and I think Fannin County, we've always said Fannin County is not in debt. We are in debt, but we don't have any new debt. We have debt from the last administration, nothing that we created. But we hope to continue that route. And as long as we are who we are, we all look out for your money, we're good service to you people, whether you all believe it or not. But that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you for coming, and we look forward to hearing from y'all again next month.
We need executive session. I hear a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. How you doing?
So you got off on a short meeting, you go home, go to bed, put up with Brian at 4:30 tomorrow.
See the joy on my face?
I sent him an email tonight telling what you said.